Guy Code with
Rena Osware.
Welcome to another episode of the Guy Code. I am Rena Osware. Guys, I know it has been a while. It has definitely been a while since I published a new episode. A lot has been going on, a lot I've been working on, but I resolved that I have to share some more knowledge before we close the year. And here we are. And on this episode, I want us to talk about co parenting, especially in Kenya. Okay. And this episode is for all the guys who are in a co parenting arrangement, probably with a lady that's sad, their child, baby mama, all that, who are asking, how do I handle this situation? And in a in a respectful way, in an honorable way that upholds high integrity and helps me maintain my frame. And I just have 5 points to share with you guys now. I'll just get right into it. Number one, you need to always have records of support and pay your child support through the bank. It's very important that you do this. And this is a tip I got from the Warriors channel. This is a Telegram channel started by Amerix. Shout out to the Warriors channel. Shout out to amerixpod.com. Uh, they really shared this information with us guys, and I found it very fruitful for those who may not be on the channel. You need to hear this, that it's very important that you pay your child support to the bank. Why you need the records? Because the truth is people change, and especially women change. And you never know, for some reason she might decide, you know what, she wants to paint you as the bad guy, that you have never paid any child support, that you have never paid anything, you never support them, you just abandon them. And if you paid through cash, you may not have any proof to back up your argument that you have been paying. And the image of a deadbeat, will be ingrained in your child, which is a very sad situation because it will not be true. But if you have records to show that this is the amount I've been sending this lady to take care of my child, and even though she may try and twist the story, twist the narrative to make me look like a deadbeat, like I'm irresponsible, this is the proof. This will definitely come in handy when you get to meet your child. Maybe even you get to go to court, and where she wants to extort more money and saying that, oh, you're a deadbeat, you're not handling your responsibilities. So it's very important that you have those records, guys. Very important. So I really appreciate the Warriors channel. I really appreciate Amrex for sharing this point with us, and I believe you will find it very insightful. Number two, have a schedule that you stick by, and you should both be loyal to it. So this depends on your arrangement on who sees who. Maybe on the weekend your child comes over to your place, or you go pick them up, or whatever arrangement you have. Make sure that you have that arrangement, you both agree on it, you both settle on it, that is how you're going to be doing things, so that you know uh things don't happen in a way that you are somehow blackmailed. That maybe you're in an argument with her and you said, you know what, you will not see your child this weekend, you will not see your child for the next 2 weeks, and this is weaponized against you. These things happen, you guys, and it's very unfortunate that it does. So we need to take these measures to protect ourselves, to protect our families, and take care of the people that we really care about. So make sure you have a schedule, so that whatever the case, you get your time with the child, and they go back, or however you put it, so that did put it in a position whereby you know people get angry and said, you know what, you'll never see your child again, or you'll never see your child for this long, or excuses start being brought up, or they're in this, they're in this, they're in this, they're busy doing this. No, 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 no. This is my time, and you need to use that time, utilize that time with your child to bond and create that fatherly connection that is very, very important in their lives. Number three, Engage in activities when with your child, not just having a meal and going home. Maybe go camping, go outdoors, do sports. Engage in activities, especially a boy. You know, a boy wants to feel that bond with their father. And we know as men, most of the time, the way we get to, build a team or create a bond is through activities, is through sports, is through camping, is through different, physical activities, maybe gym, working out. These activities will help create a bond. So when you're engaging in these activities, when you're actively, engaging in these different sports, different maybe going camping, adventures, you get to have opportunities to build their characters, because you may face different challenges in these sports. How do you handle certain challenges? How do you handle certain, uh, disputes, conflicts? How do you handle that? How do you handle certain stress that comes with these activities? So this gives you an opportunity rather to actually teach different lessons to your child on this is how you deal with this stress, this is how you deal with a high pressure situation, you know this is how you deal with maybe a teammate who's not not at their best. So it's very important that you engage in these activities to help build their character, because as you know, definitely growing up, playing with people, going on adventures, different sports, being in a team really helped many people, build a lot of very positive character traits. And that is why some of these teams, are still active today. Maybe you're in a, sports team in college, maybe even in high school, and you still keep in touch with your teammates because you created that bond, because these are the people who really help you learn life lessons that you will apply even today. So it's very important that you engage in physical activities, because it's very important that you teach your child these very important character traits that they will use later on in life. Number four, do not engage in baby mama chaos, and do not paint her in a bad light to your kids. You know, so this is very important. This is a disclaimer, guys, that when your baby mama decides to be malicious, do not respond to malice with more malice and try and paint her as the bad person. When she's trying to throw dirt on you, saying that you're this, you're this, you're this, do not try and say, in fact, your mother is like this, like this, like this. You know, this will definitely paint you in a bad light. And this is not the kind of feelings you want to, allow your child to harbor within their hearts toward their parent, because even if you say this, all these things, it's still their parent. To you, it might be just another female, but that's their parent, and they just have one mother. So insulting her back, trying to degrade her, will definitely create a lot of resentment, maybe towards her and towards you, because you don't know, as children grow and they're trying to understand, they're trying to see their create their own identity or learn about their own who they really are, and the best way they can learn from is their parent. And when you degrade the parent, and this is the person that is supposed to form their identity, uh, it really puts them in a very confusing state, that this is a person that helps me understand who I am, and you're telling me that they are a trashy human being themselves. It really brings about a very confusing situation, brings about a lot of bitterness, identity crisis, and you do not want your child growing up with an identity crisis, wondering who is right and who is wrong, and they have to pick a side. Do not do that. Either they're chaotic, let the chaotic be there on that side. You become the peace, show tranquility, strength, and be an example of how you will handle, how they should handle certain situations in life. You know, sometimes you just have to walk away from the malice. You don't have some things just don't need a response, you know. And definitely, guys, you will be respected for it later on, for choosing, not to engage in that chaos. Lastly, if she has a kid, another kid, or gets married, stick with your duties and make necessary rearrangements based on what is best for your child. Now, this is for in the case where she decides to remarry, even get another child by a different man. Just know that your responsibility is to your child. So do not be dragged in or be trapped into taking care of another child as well, or suddenly the bills have become double because she also has another child. No, your responsibility is your child, and that is your responsibility. If she decides to marry whoever she marries, you have to make another arrangement. you know Maybe you may now have to live with the child full time, yourself, since depending on how you want to do it. If you really want to form the child and really teach the values that you really feel are very important for them to learn from you, you may need to have full custody of the child. So guys, it really depends on the goal you have as far as raising your child, and what you feel is best for your own child, because they are your legacy. They will represent you when you're long gone. And yeah, these are just the 5 points I wanted to share with you guys as far as co-parenting, especially in the Kenyan context. And I believe it applies to different countries as well. You can give me feedback, especially on my Twitter at Guy Code Kenya. I really appreciate your feedback for this past maybe 6 weeks. I've received a lot of feedback from you guys. I really appreciate your comments on the episodes. I really appreciate that we get to share this way. And until next time, we shall talk soon. Bye.
Guy Code with Rena Osware.